So what if I told you that you could completely transform your entire day just by rethinking those first 60 minutes? We're going to dive into exactly how to do that, how to turn that first hour into a launchpad for the next 23, all based on some amazing insights from Shears magazine.
You know the feeling, right? That dreaded alarm goes off, you hit snooze a few too many times, and boom, you're in a mad dash. It's this chaotic scramble for coffee, for clothes, for just one clear thought. You're out the door already feeling 10 steps behind, just reacting to a day that's already gotten away from you. But what if we could totally flip that script?
Okay, so this is where the math gets really, really powerful. Waking up just 1 hour earlier each day doesn't sound like a huge deal, but look at how it adds up. Over a year, that's 365 extra hours. That is the equivalent of 45 extra 8-hour workdays. Just think about that for a second. What could you do with an extra month and a half of focus time every single year? Now, let's be really clear about this. This isn't about losing an hour of sleep. Not at all. It's about gaining an hour of life. This is your secret weapon, a quiet, uninterrupted space for you to grow, think, and plan before the rest of the world starts demanding your attention. And this right here is the core idea. When you take control of that first hour, you literally shift from a reactive mindset, constantly putting out fires, to a proactive one. You're not just waking up anymore. You're intentionally launching your day on your terms, building this incredible momentum that can carry you all the way through. So the big question is, how do we actually do this? Well, lucky for us, the source material breaks it all down into a super simple, science-backed formula that's built on 4 key pillars. Let's walk through each one. All right, first up, and this one is absolutely crucial, is sleep. But we're not just talking about getting more sleep, we're talking about getting smarter sleep. The whole goal is to wake up feeling refreshed and ready to go, not groggy, even if you are getting up a bit earlier. You see, our sleep works in these natural 90-minute cycles, going from light to deep sleep and back again. The secret is to avoid having your alarm rip you out of a deep sleep phase, because that's what causes that awful groggy feeling. So, if you time your sleep in multiples of 90 minutes, like 6 hours or 7.5, you can wake up at the end of the cycle feeling surprisingly alert. It's a total game changer. Okay, on to pillar number 2, and this might be my personal favorite because it's so simple yet so powerful. As soon as you can, get some sunlight. Seriously, just think of it as nature's alarm clock for your entire body and brain. You see, when that early morning light hits your eyes, it sends this powerful signal to your brain to stop making melatonin, that's the sleep hormone, and to basically wake up. There was even a study from the National Institute of Mental Health that showed light is a potent weapon against fatigue and the winter blues. And the best part, it's completely free, and it's a fantastic way to boost both your energy and your mood. All right, pillar 3 is all about fuel. It's funny, right? We would never expect our car to get us anywhere without gas, but so many of us try to run our brains on empty every single day. A good breakfast isn't some kind of luxury, it's essential fuel if you want peak performance. So here's what's happening. While you're sleeping, your brain is actually working hard and burning through its energy stores. If you wake up and skip breakfast, you're basically asking your brain to perform complex tasks with an empty tank. The fix is a balanced meal, some protein to keep you full, fruits or veggies for some quick energy, and some good quality grains. This isn't just about feeling full, it's about giving your brain the actual raw materials it needs to fire on all cylinders. And that brings us to our final pillar, activation. This is the one that really brings it all together. A little bit of morning movement is like flipping a switch, telling your entire system, okay, the day has officially started. It literally warms up your body's engine and sharpens your mind almost instantly. And hey, let's be clear, this doesn't mean you need to go run a marathon before sunrise. We're just talking about a brisk walk, a few simple stretches, maybe some yoga. The goal is just to raise your core body temperature a little, get your blood flowing, and kickstart your metabolism. And when you put all 4 of these pillars together, intelligent sleep, morning sun, proper fuel, and activation, they don't just add up, they actually multiply, creating this powerful positive momentum for your whole day. So I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but does it actually work for real people in the real world? The answer is a huge yes. So let's move from the how to the proof and look at some stories of people who put these exact principles into practice. So let's meet a couple of these morning masters.
On one hand, we have the actress Chang Chun-ning, and on the other, the investment manager Huang Xiaotang. They're in totally different fields, but they both discovered a unique kind of power by mastering their mornings.
For Chang, it all started with getting up early to run while training for a marathon, but she found out pretty quickly that it was about so much more than just fitness. She discovered this incredible sense of peace and clarity in those quiet morning hours, a time just for her to connect with herself before the chaos of her job kicked in. Her quote really says it all. It's like this secret world of beauty that's only available to those who decide to show up for it.
Now for Huang, his golden hours are those 2 hours before his official workday begins, from 6 to 8 a.m. That's his time. It's when he strategizes, when he reviews the markets, when he plans his entire day without a single interruption. So by the time most people are just pouring their first cup of coffee, he's already way ahead of the game, operating from what he calls the high point of the day. Talk about a strategic advantage.
Okay, so you've seen the science, you've heard the stories. Now let's talk about how to make this your reality. And the best part is, you don't have to change everything overnight. The source gives us this really clear 3-month roadmap to build this into a habit that actually sticks.
So here's the playbook. For the first 3 weeks, your only job is to adjust. Just try going to bed and waking up 15 minutes earlier. That's it. Focus on consistency, not perfection. Then, from weeks 4 to 10, that's when you start to build your routine around those 4 pillars we talked about. This is where the habit really gets locked in. And after that, it's all about sustaining it. The habit is now a part of who you are, so you can start to have fun with it, innovate, try a new workout, read a new book, just keep it fresh and exciting. So it all comes down to this. That first hour of the day is a blank slate. It is a gift of time that belongs to nobody else but you. You can use it to get stronger, to learn something new, to build a business, or to simply find a quiet moment of peace. It's right there, yours for the taking. The only question left is, what are you going to do with it?